How's the market? New Zealand and Queenstown real estate news and updates with me, Denny Bevan. The hot news at the moment is the New Zealand Reserve Bank has moved the cash rate down again to 3.75%. That's triggered a lot of banks to adjust their home loan rates down as well. I've been saying for some time for buyers to just be cautious when they start to see those home loan rates come a distance into the 5% ranges. That's probably going to trigger a lot more interest in the market. Some of those home loan rates, a couple of 2-year rates, we're seeing below 5%. So if you're a buyer there, get into it, get educated, and watch out. You might well be in competition. Overall, the expectation is that the market will probably remain reasonably steady, maybe an even market between buyer and seller, probably for the next few months. But in the second half of 2025, we expect the prices to increase. So keep an eye out there. The January sales data for New Zealand real estate sales is out now. It takes a wee while to correlate that data and stuff, obviously. So that's out. And in some sectors of New Zealand, that's still showing lower prices. So just be careful because it's not necessarily up to the minute data. It's obviously from January. Seeing a little bit of activity out there now, definitely more people attending auctions and sales and things like that. Heaps more viewership online, but people understandably are still pretty cautious. But it's always that supply demand thing. I talked to a lot of other agents around New Zealand. One franchise owner recently in a part of Auckland, and she indicated that things are flying out the door. So there was quite a saturation of stock up there in that Auckland area, and that seems to be washing out really quickly. Queenstown is always its own little microclimate. We get a lot of people from out of town looking here, and they look at the New Zealand market overall. So they're sort of saying, prices are down. Queenstown's prices haven't really dropped that much. It depends on, there's a lot of different sectors and microclimates within the Queenstown microclimate, different suburbs and stuff. So it depends where you're looking, if you're looking for a lake view, that kind of thing. So we're pretty busy down here. And again, I've been sort of warning buyers just to be careful, especially in the Queenstown market. It doesn't take long if we do have a little bit of extra listed stock for sale in a certain sector of Queenstown. It won't take long, a dozen sales, and that stock is now depleted. And then there'll be that supply-demand kind of battle going on, which naturally will drive prices. Building consent applications around New Zealand are also down overall. These will probably increase as the optimism comes back with the reduced mortgage rates. But again, that supply-demand, there's not a whole bunch of new properties being built at the moment. That will put a bit of extra pressure on existing stock. I've been seeing it for a while because of building costs. People, trade-orientated buyers are looking to potentially buy renovation projects, but also sellers need to understand just how much renovations cost. It's just a lick of paint. It's just a bathroom, a glass and tile bathroom. I talked to my builder the other day and said, I like to try and keep up to the play with what things cost. And I said, average size glass and tile bathroom, nothing too special, but, good quality. What are you looking at? 20 grand, 25? And he sort of laughed and said, that's what it would cost me to do it for free, my own bathroom. So yeah, you just need to find that balance and be aware. Also, keep an eye out for power prices. From April this year, they may increase just slightly. So it's always good to be aware of your overhead costs when you are getting a mortgage and purchasing a home. I'm a big fan and believer in home solar panels, depending on where you're at in the country and where your roof line is orientated, but definitely worthwhile. Given how much money you are investing in potentially buying a home, it's worthwhile looking at that option for solar. Also, if you're building new, again, that added cost can be a bit much, but seriously consider future-proofing the wiring for solar. So when you're in a position to put those panels on, it's pretty straightforward. Building material costs will also hopefully come down this year, although supply, demand, and potential price controls, they're probably likely to stay much the same, but hopefully they won't increase too much. So the overall outlook is things are pumping across New Zealand. The optimism's there. People are pretty cautious. My normal spiel for buyers and sellers, two different camps. If you're looking at selling, make sure you have a plan ahead of time. Life changes pretty quickly sometimes. That's why it's always really important to have your property well maintained and stay on the maintenance. So you want to be able to potentially just, almost put that on the market quite quickly without too much prep. Buyers, get educated. Even if you're not going to be purchasing for a little while and you're still saving hard, get educated. It's really, really important as a buyer to, know where the values are. Natural human instinct can prevail, and you might actually see a property that is probably a pretty good deal and you want to act, but you are always going to consider that there might be a better deal, around the corner kind of thing. But then, reflectively, you'll look back, and you'll confirm that it was a good deal. So, just stay hyper educated, and then you can, work out values. Once the market does start moving, pretty quickly, you'll probably see less properties are on market with a price. So it becomes a little bit hard for you to gauge. But it's really important, if you're very well educated and you know what things are selling for, you know where that sort of value sector is for you as a buyer. So I'm Denny Bevan, born and raised in Queenstown, selling 20 years, and I'm always here to help. So, but otherwise, there's plenty of information out there. Get into settled.govt.nz or contact your local agent. If you are just starting your process, or you're considering selling at some stage but not straight away, or you're going to be buying but not immediately, just indicate that to people, to mortgage brokers, to agents. They'll give you a bunch of good information and give you a good starting platform. If you're seeing some local auctions are on in your area, go and check them out. Get a feel for things. Always here to help. See ya.